I take full responsibility for what happened.
And you did get this sentence as a result of a plea bargain, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you have a parole date of 10/9/30.
Yes, sir.
Okay, have you I didn't see any victim classes. You took any victim classes?
Yes, sir.
Did you take the whole class?
Yes, sir. I took anger management, domestic violence, celebrate recovery, victim awareness.
Yeah, I don't see that one on our list. That's why
I sent, just before the hearings started this morning, I sent a stack of certificates.
Okay. I didn't look at all of them. So she has done that, the
She has-
victim aware.
She has a
I got
stack.
them all. Yeah, she does. I got them all.
Okay.
Okay, I just didn't see that one and I wanted to make sure she had taken that. Okay, and you have no write-ups. She's had no problems over there at all, Ms. Coon?
No, sir.
Not at all, no write-ups. Okay, I have no further questions.
Any other questions?
I don't know.
So, I didn't see that stack of certificates. Was Thinking for Change something that's offered, or has she taken that?
Mhm.
Is that,
Grab your stack. She's gonna grab the stack real quick so I can look.
788 days is a good time. She's taking quite a few.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it just.
Yeah. I asked that question because when we look at the Tiger score, her needs assessment scores high.
Right.
And with that amount of good time credits or CTRP credits, I'm just curious about that program in particular. She scores out high on substance abuse. She said, y'all say she's done Celebrate Recovery.
Right.
I don't see, well, where's that? Give me that sheet. I don't see Thinking for a Change, but usually those aren't offered until they're at least 5 years from release.
I understand. Okay, and so what about Kimberly? What about have you been seen by a mental health professional?
You did it LCIW, didn't you?
Mhm. Yes, ma'am.
So were you followed by mental health while you were there? No.
When I was in St. Gabriel, I seen mental health and everything all right.
Okay, so on a regular basis, you saw mental health or not?
It was like occasionally.
Okay. All right, I don't have any other questions. I don't see any other questions, so I think we're ready to vote. And we'll start with Mr. Freeman.
Okay, Ms. Key, you're doing very, very, very well, but you do have a parole date coming up. And, I don't know what other relief we could offer besides, only other offer I would even think about is making you immediately parole eligible. But with that date there, my vote today is gonna be to deny victim opposition, law enforcement opposition.
Mr. Tillis?
My vote's gonna be grant with immediate parole eligibility.
Mrs. Stapleton?
I concur with Mr. Freeman.
Mr. Prater?
I concur with Mr. Freeman to deny.
All right, so you didn't get what you needed. My vote today also is going to be to deny based on the opposition that's been expressed. And, I do think I'm sorry that you're not afforded some of the programs that I think are critical for your success for a little longer, but, Miss April, maybe y'all could consider their parole eligibility date as their earliest release date. And if that
Yes,
would be the
ma'am.
case, maybe she could qualify for, particularly thinking for change in some of those.
I made a note for thinking for a change and living in balance
But thank
in
you.
adult ed.
So keep working hard, Miss King. You're on the right path. Good luck to you.
Yeah, I
And
think
we'll
you,
see you
yeah,
again.
we'll see you at the parole hearing.
Good luck.
Thank-
We'll get it, honey.
All right, good afternoon. Mr. Pritchard,
Yes, ma'am.
you introduce yourself, sir. Tell us your name and address.
Jason Pritchard. My address is 16221 Ridgeview Lane, Lindale, Texas, 75771.
All right, thank you, sir. So you're here this afternoon seeking a pardon with restoration of firearms for a conviction in Webster Parish, sentenced in May 2015 for distribution of Schedule 2. You received a 5-year sentence that was suspended. You were placed on 4 years probation. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. Your case has been assigned to Mrs. Stapleton, so I'm going to turn it over to her.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Pritchard, can you tell us today what caused you to need this parole and, or pardon, I'm sorry, pardon. And, what have you done to correct your behavior and how long have you been clean and sober?
I've been clean and sober since February 28th of 2017. I'm a very active member of my AA community, both in Shreveport and Bossier and in Lindale since we have relocated to there recently. I was selling drugs to supply my drug habit, and after receiving another charge while on probation for the distribution charges, I was sentenced to drug court and went through that program and graduated drug court, and then continued my recovery participation in Alcoholics Anonymous. And so I've remained sober and have reformed my life completely, and would like to be able to just completely clean up the wreckage of my past with the state and clear my name and receive restoration of firearms as part of that pardon.
And so why do you need the restoration of firearms?
I would like to just have the ability to protect my family and teach my children how to shoot. I have a 6-year-old daughter, and she needs to be able to protect herself as well. I'm not really a hunter. I just don't, I would just like to be a fully restored citizen after cleaning up my life.
I see here where, you have, you're unopposed by the sheriff's office, and other law enforcement, and, Jason Parker from Webster Parish, he sent in a letter for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, because on further back, it had sheriff's office opposition, but then this came through. So, but you do have opposition from the DA there. I wanted you to know that.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
see you've been very involved, and that currently you're coordinating the schedule for a group of men to continue to take meetings to the New Day program.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. And we've since moved that meeting to the CADA location in Bossier, that our services were needed elsewhere. And so we'll coordinate those guys there as well. Another reason for the pardon is this is holding back my career. I have a lot of accounts with the company that I work for that deal with law enforcement. One of them is the LSP or the Angola prison system. We do their document management, and I am not able to get through a background check in order to receive a laptop from the OTS department. And so I've tried to get through that background check before, and this conviction always stops me. And so it hinders me from being a fully functioning member or a fully functioning employee with some of the accounts that we have because of that limitation. And I understand that, a lot of times people say they have changed and they haven't. And but the only way I was going to be able to say that I have changed was to go through the pardon process and to come before the board. So I'm remorseful for what I've done, but I've also taken the strides to rebuild my life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so does any of my colleagues have any questions?
No question.
No questions. All right. I don't see any other questions. I think we're ready to vote, Mr. Pritchard. Did your wife want to speak? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even.
Tiffany,
Look,
would you like to
Tiffany?
say something?
Tiffany, there she is.
I wasn't sure what to prepare, so I just prepared a small character witness statement kind of thing. Is that okay? So Jason and I met in November of 2017. Since I've known him, he's been continuously evolving as a person. I've never experienced Jason as anything other than a sober, loving father and partner. He's been a devout member of AA and faithfully remained with his same employer. He's been a trusted friend and confidant to countless people, including myself and my family. I've watched him grow in such immense ways that it seems surreal at times. At his job now, he's one of the leaders at that company, trusted to develop and guide projects with his team. He's also changed himself physically, adopting the idea that if he was going to change himself completely, that included his body as well. When we met, Jason was over 300 pounds, and now he exercises 6 days a week and runs through our neighborhood, and he's about to participate in a second 5K. I say that because it takes such dedication to make such a drastic change. It wasn't an overnight fix. It's taken him every day for every year for this self-improvement. After I became pregnant, I also had to be put on bed rest, and I couldn't perform basic needs to care for myself or our family. And Jason took care of me and our family without question. In 2020, when everything shut down from COVID, I felt the need to apply to nursing school, and Jason passionately supported me. And I remember him looking up and saying, "We will do whatever it takes to make that happen if that's what you want to do." And so, with a teenager at home and an infant and myself, Jason supported me through 4 years of school, financially, mentally, and emotionally. I could not have reached for or accomplished these dreams without him. I cannot imagine the person that Jason was when he was arrested, because I don't know that man. And today, he is someone who can be counted on to do the right thing. He lives and breathes integrity. He's a man who supports his family, his friends, and his community. He's the person you hope passes you when you're stuck on the side of the road with a flat tire, or the person you hope finds your wallet you've dropped, because he will always do the right thing. And I can say this with absolute assurance because I've seen him do it. And I'm very proud to have him as my partner.
That was lovely. I'm sure that it made him feel good because that was beautiful that you wrote. Jason, you're a lucky man.
Yes,
Okay,
I
so
am.
so I'm ready to vote based, okay, based upon everything that I've heard today. You have your eye totally on success, and you're already in recovery. So my vote today is for a pardon with restoration of firearms.
Mr.
Thank you.
Krager,
I concur.
Mr. Freeman,
I concur.
Mr. Tillis.
And I concur.
As do I, sir. So you've received a unanimous vote to make the recommendation for pardon with restoration of firearms. So we will certainly make that recommendation on your behalf. Good luck, sir.
Thank you. Is it okay if I go woohoo?
Mr. Cruz, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you turn your camera on? There you are. Yes,
Sorry, I'm at work. Forgive me.
that's okay. Sir, can you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and current mailing address?
My name's Hector Cruz, 322 South River Point, La Place, Louisiana, 70068.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Cruz, you're here today seeking a pardon with restoration of firearms for a conviction in East Baton Rouge Parish, 2013, well, it occurred in 2013. You were sentenced in October 2014. Domestic abuse, aggravated assault. You received a 3-year DOC sentence. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Your case was assigned to Mr. Freeman. I'll turn it over to him.
Okay, Mr. Cruz, you know, I'm looking at your case and wow, I mean, how many domestic battery charges have you had?
I don't know. I
6.
came back from Iraq and I think I came back in 2009 or 2010. And, I had a period there where, I made some real stupid, poor choices. So,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Okay,
It's been a long time.
why
It's been a
you
long time
seeking
ago and
pardon?
I've gone past that a little bit.
Okay, and tell me why you were seeking a pardon today.
I don't know, it's just restoration. That was actually something that was, I had a partial pardon. And it was, like I said, I rehabilitated in jail. I came back from Iraq. I got hurt over there and I had an issue with getting addicted to pain pills and spiraled pretty bad. And then, I guess the jail experience for me was, I wasn't really a Christian, gave my life to Christ in there. And I got the restoration from going in through those events. And then, just over time, I got healed. It took about 10 years to recover from going over there to go participating in war. And again, I'm married now, stable house, good job, uh, several years, obviously of a much better pattern than when that was. And I love my country and I'd like to have my rights back. I'll say that I'll make excuse for what I did. I'm accountable for everything I've done, but I paid a pretty heavy price for serving overseas. And, I wanted my life to move on in my life and actually have my rights back. I love this country.
Yep, let's see, thank you for your service. I just got to say that you got a bunch of domestic abuse batteries, all of them are with injury. And, this criminal history is way too much for me, so I'm not gonna ask any more further questions. Somebody might have something they want to get into.
Any questions? No, sir, Mr. Cruz, I want to say thank you for your service to our country. I appreciate it, but I think we are prepared to vote, Mr. Freeman.
With the criminal history, my vote is to deny.
Mr. Tillis,
I concur with Mr. Freeman.
Mrs. Stapleton,
I concur with, Mr. Freeman with the domestic violence abuse criminal history. My vote is to deny.
Mr. Prater.
I concur.
And Mr. Cruz, my vote today also is to deny based on the number of domestic issues along with law enforcement opposition to any favorable consideration at this time. So today, sir, your application's been denied. Good luck to you, Mr. Cruz.
Thank you.
So now where are the other people?
Good afternoon. Wait, you're still on mute.
Good afternoon.
Could you introduce yourself, please? Tell us your name and current mailing address.
Good afternoon. My name is Kiana Marshall. My mailing address is 448 Dandelion Drive, Oswego, Louisiana, 794.
You say Marshall, I have Andrew.
It's cutting it out. I'm Marsha Andrew. Kiana Marsha Andrew.
Okay, all right. That's what I have. All right, so you're here today, Ms. Andrews seeking a pardon with restoration of firearms. You are classified as a first felony offender. You were sentenced in St. Charles Parish in December 2018 for possession of Xanax. You received a 10-year DOC sentence. That was
Yes,
suspended,
ma'am.
but placed on probation,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Your case was assigned to Mrs. Stapleton. Would you answer her questions?
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to ask you some questions about, what got you arrested?
I had someone that was purchasing my prescription.
Do what?
I had someone that was purchasing my prescription.
So you were selling your prescription? Is that
Yes,
what you're
ma'am.
saying? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, you got a lot of drug charges involved with that. So when was your last arrest for drugs? Year? I don't even,
10, 2018.
pardon?
10/10/2018. 10/10/2018.
Okay. So you didn't have anything in 2021, is that correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I've got 2018. So 2018, and then you were put on, probation, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And it was for 3 years?
Yes, ma'am. They suspended the time. I did it in 1 year, paid off my fines, fees, and I also joined school.
Yeah, I see where you want to be an RN. So actually with that added, 2021 was when you got off paper, is that correct?
They had suspended the time. I did it way before time. They told me if I did it in between 1 year, paid off my restitution, fines and fees, and that I can do it within that 1 year, and I did it within that 1 year. I finished by June 6th, it was
Okay,
of 19.
all right. And what if you continued on for your drug addiction? What are you doing about that? Any
I had went,
classes?
yes, I had went to substance class, and now they have me on pain management right now.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, you have an injury?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is that injury?
My injury started in 2000. I had 9 surgeries done to my left knee, and I have lower back pain as of right now.
So your use of narcotics is related to that injury or your medical issues in the past?
Yes, ma'am.
Why were you selling Xanax?
I couldn't work, and I was trying to survive to pay my bills without having to do it.
I see. Anything else?
No, ma'am.
Well, what about the Adderall? Was that for your son, or were you buying that or selling that?
Oh no, that was my son's medicine. I wasn't doing anything with that. I just had it on me at the time of my arrest.
But it wasn't in a bottle, was it?
Excuse me?
Was it in a bottle or a baggie?
No, that was in a bottle.
Okay, with his name on it, prescription and all?
Yes, I had brought the paperwork to St. Charles and showed them. They have coverage that was for him, my son.
Okay, all right.
All right, I don't see any other questions, so I think we're prepared to vote.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have his sister, her sister. Yeah, is she there with you?
Where's my face? Yes, ma'am, she's on.
Okay.
Lynette, what do you want us
Good
to know?
afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. You can talk.
What do you want
You
us to know
said,
about?
do I have any questions?
No comments.
My sister has completely, she's forgiven herself. She's followed all of the rules of the court. I've seen her transition from that time frame, holistically, mentally, physically. She's done everything to help herself, health wise, so that she doesn't have to depend on the medication. She's went through another procedure to help with the pain that she was enduring from those procedures she had prior. She goes to church regularly. Every week we meet up. We've had some significantly hardships in the time frame from her conviction to now. We lost our mother and our brother in the last 4 years. Accident and just my mom with health. And I've seen her faith increase. She actually gives back. She helps me with my kids. We help out with my brother's kids. She's working daily. And this is the only gap that's stopping her to fulfill her complete dream. She does caretake with patients, but she doesn't get, the complete compensation that she could. I am a supervisor and registered nurse, and I've taught her everything that she knows, about healthcare. And I think if she is granted her pardon today, this would help her get into school, get through school, because you would have to have a clearance, criminal background. She wouldn't even be able to enter, even with like the Board of Nursing to like investigate, on why she wouldn't be able to enter nursing school. So this is the only step that I think is stopping her fulfilling her ultimate, dream in life. And she has the skills, she has the mental capacity and a physical ability to do it. So I would appreciate if you guys, take that into consideration, that she would be more of a contributing member to society if she's able to fulfill her dream.
You can't say 1, 2, 3.
Right, well, thank you. Miss Stapleton, are you here today?
Yes, ma'am. Miss Andre, I'm saying it right? Andre or Andre? Uh-oh.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Okay. Look, you are doing wonderful things and you are so headed in the right direction. There is no doubt about that. And your sister, she seems like a wonderful person too. So great family support. But there just hasn't been enough time since your last criminal, arrest. And you just need maybe just a few more years and come back before us again. So my vote, and you have opposition with the judge and the AG. No comment with the sheriff's office and the DA's office. There's no comment there. So to me, if you'll come back in a few years, so today I'm going to deny it because I think you need a few more years between the crime.
Mr. Prater,
My vote's to grant without firearms.
Mr. Freeman,
My vote is to deny. I also feel that she needs a little bit longer period of supervision.
Mr. Tillis,
My vote is to grant without firearms.
all right, Miss Andrew, my vote would also be based on your sister's comments and what you're just the discussion with you. My vote would be to recommend a pardon without restoration of firearms. However, you haven't gotten the vote. You needed 4 votes. You only got 3. So today your application for clemency's been denied, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Okay. Wait, okay. Yeah,
Good afternoon, Mr. Foreman. You're on mute.
Hello, how y'all doing?
Good. Would you introduce yourself and tell us your name and your current mailing address?
My name is Raymond Foreman. My current address is 1804 Chadwick Lane, Forney, Texas, 75126.
All right, thank you, sir. Let me see, Mr. Foreman, let me read some identifying information. You're seeking a pardon with restoration of firearms. You were sentenced in Orleans Parish in November 2000 for second-degree kidnapping. You received a 5-year sentence. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. Your case was assigned to Mr. Tillis. Would you answer his questions?
Good afternoon, Mr. Foreman. How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing, sir?
Good, good. Tell me what happened. What happened?
My ex-wife and I, which is the victim, Mrs. Felicia Easterlin, we were going through a nasty divorce, trying to patch things up, child custody battle, things of that nature. We would always fall off, and then try to patch it back up, get together, break up again, and get together. We did that for several years throughout our marriage and relationship. We tried to go to a hotel one day and patch it up. Went to the hotel, got into an argument. She wanted to leave. I didn't want her to leave, which was selfish on my part. I take full responsibility of that. Everything that happened that day was my fault. Nothing she did to provoke that. I wasn't man enough to allow her to leave, and I held her against her will, and that was wrong. I would like to apologize to her, just to let her know that I'm sorry if I may. That shouldn't have happened. And if I can, apologize to our 3 kids because they suffered through this ordeal as well. I'm like I say, I'm remorseful. I'm sorry that it happened. It shouldn't have never happened. And everything that happened was my fault. I take full accountability for that.
Okay, I read through your case. I saw where she dropped the charges. It's kind of normal. She talked to the judge, but I see you have your wife with you today,
Yes, sir.
and she wants to say something on your behalf.
Nicole.
Oh, she's here. Zoom. Your wife is on Zoom.
Yes, sir. You're on mute.
You're
Still
on
on mute.
All right. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to say, okay, well, again, my name is Nicole Foreman and I am Mr. Foreman's wife. I've known him for 23 years now, and we've been married for 22 years. We share 2 sons together, ages 17 and 15. And I just want to say that Raymond is a very dedicated, hardworking man, and he's dedicated to his family. He has taken full accountability for his actions and is genuinely remorseful for his past. I can honestly say that my heart also goes out to the victim, Miss Felicia, because as a woman, I, you know, I know that no woman should have to go through that type of abuse and experience that type of pain. But over the years, I have watched Raymond grow into a God-fearing man who lives his life with a deep sense of reverence, which guides his choices and his actions. This commitment is reflected in his character, it's reflected in his conduct toward others, and also his devotion to his family and his faith. Um, Raymond has a huge support system, and we all are committed to his plans for just much success in the future. I thank all of you for your time and consideration in this matter. Thank you for hearing me.
Thank you so much. Mr. Foreman,
Yes,
why
sir.
do you might need a firearm?
I can't hear you. I'm sorry, sir.
Why do you feel you need a firearm?
So let me just say this. We have firearms in the house that's in my wife's name. And my biggest deal with firearms is that I have gotten into my wife's vehicle, not knowing that she's left her firearm in the vehicle after she get off from work. She's at her shop late at night. So a lot of times she'll come pull in the garage. Either I get in her car, go to the store, or go to work, or go get gas. And I get to my destination and find out, hey, it's a firearm. So if the cops was to stop me, they don't want to hear, oh, this is your wife's firearm because it's in my possession. me not knowing. So that's the only deal. I don't hunt. I don't do any of that. But that's the only problem I have with a firearm.
Yeah, well, that's good. And that's a good reason. I don't have any more questions.
Any other questions?
Yeah, well, you know, the deal about firearms is you've got a lot of, in your past criminal history, like the aggravated kidnapping and the domestic abuse battery and, another second degree, simple criminal damage, attempted second degree murder, simple kidnapping, aggravated burglary, second degree kidnapping. I mean, it's riddled with violence. Well, and to women, particularly your wife, but and then it's been involving a gun or some type.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, ma'am.
It be, I mean, the aggravated part, is it a knife or a weapon or?
No, it was never a weapon. It was never a weapon. Never a weapon involved, ma'am. I never was the type to carry a gun, didn't have a gun, didn't have a knife, didn't have a stick or anything. And I don't want to, what I'm about to say, I don't want to discredit the victim because she is the victim, but that was her go-to deal. Every time something would happen, let me call the police. If it was me trying to get custody of the kids, let me call the police. I don't want to discredit the victim because she is the victim, but that was the pattern. Let me get him in hot water. This is the way I can get him off of me. If you can see, and like I say again, I'm not trying to discredit the victim in any kind of way. If you can see, when I was released from jail, we had another son after that, and she got pregnant after I was released from jail. So that's why I say that was the thing. Let me call the police on him every time. And I don't know how to correct that. I can't tell you her mental. I can't tell you what her thinking is, but I'm truly sorry for what I put her through, my kids and her family. I mean, I don't know what else to, say about that. But it never was a weapon involved in none of that. Never.
What were you gonna say, Mr.
Do you see your kids now?
I see my oldest kid and my grandkids. The other two, they still stay with their mom per se. So I took myself when they moved from, I don't know where it was, somewhere in Texas. After they moved from New Orleans, I moved to Texas just to get away because I just was tired of it. I didn't want to put me through it, my wife through it, and I didn't want to put my kids through it. I don't push the issue to talk to them, but I talk to my oldest daughter, Ariane, every day. I talk to my grandkids every day. Now my younger two with Mrs. Felicia Easterland, I don't talk to them.
Okay. And let me ask you this is the most concerning. What was the aggravated battery with a dangerous weapon in 2009?
And that's what I didn't have a weapon, sir. I didn't have a weapon in 2009. No, I know I got it. I think because me and my wife talked about it. It was my truck. I was backing out the driveway, and it was said that I rolled over her foot, but I didn't roll over her foot. The police were standing right there. So what they did that day, they brought me to 7th District. They didn't even bring me to jail. They brought me to 7th District, handcuffed me to a chair. The lights went out. When they came in for roll call, the police was like, "What are you doing in here?" I'm like, "Well, I told them what happened." I said, "And this is where they brought me at." So they tried to call, I think the sergeant name was Sincere. They tried to call Sergeant Sincere. She didn't answer. It was Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving morning. They said, "Well, she didn't answer. She must have wanted you to go to jail." So they brought me to jail. But that's what happened. I went to go get my clothes I had a couple of pieces of clothes that I needed to get from that house. And when I couldn't get my clothes, I backed the truck out. The police was right there. That's what they claimed was a weapon, was my truck, I guess. That's the only thing I could see.
Okay. Okay. I have no other questions.
How long have you been divorced? You and
We've
Felicia?
been divorced since 2005, I want to say. No, 2000. No, 95. So it had to be about 2000. We got divorced. Yep, since 2000.
And you were still seeing her in 2009?
No, so that's another thing. We looked at this application That was with a family friend. That wasn't with Mrs. Felicia Easterling.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know then.
Yeah,
Okay.
that wasn't with Miss Felicia Easterling.
Okay.
So that person is the one who said you rolled over their foot.
Yes, ma'am.
She's a.
All right, I don't see any other questions, so
I'd like to call an executive session.
Mr. Tillis has called executive session. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Freeman. Any objection? All right, stand by. We'll be in executive session for a few moments to discuss confidential matters.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Foreman, it's 1:06 and I am moving that we return to regular session. Is there any objection?
No.
Hearing none, we'll be back in regular session and we are prepared to vote. And Mr. Tillis, I'll ask for your vote first.
Mr. Foreman, my vote is to grant with, respiration of firearms.
Mrs. Stapleton?
My vote is to deny based upon what I'm seeing here is your extensive criminal history involving domestic violence.
Mr. Prater?
My vote is to deny criminal history.
And Mr. Freeman?
My vote is to deny criminal history and law enforcement.
Mr. Foreman, based on what I see in the record, my vote today also is to deny based on the criminal history and the law enforcement opposition. So you've gotten four votes to deny your application today. So that's the outcome of today's
Okay,
proceeding.
so can I ask one question before y'all leave? Am I allowed, because all that's been expunged off my record. All that's been expunged off my record, can I reapply soon? Like all of,
Yeah, you can reapply.
okay, I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, and although it's expunged, so that still probably would hinder me, or no, I don't, you know.
I don't see it expunged here on my record, so.
You still can't have a firearm.
We'll still get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have the
It's
Uh,
showing both.
Good afternoon. Hard to
Go to it, look and see.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Could you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and your current mailing address.
Yeah, so hello, I'm Stephen Farrar. I live at 412 Bowler Drive, Harahan, Louisiana.
What's the zip?
70123.
All right, thank you, sir. So you're here today seeking a pardon with restoration of firearms. You were, and that's for a conviction in Jefferson Parish for possession with intent to distribute marijuana, possession of levorphenol, another possession with intent to distribute marijuana, and distribution of marijuana. Your sentencing date was February of 2022. You received 3 years for both of those dockets. So you received a 3-year sentence on possession with intent to distribute and the possession of levorphenol, and 4 years on the other conviction. Is that information correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your case has been assigned to Mr. Prater, so would you answer his questions?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Farrar. I got a couple of questions for you, but it shouldn't take too long. Are you clean and sober now?
Yes, sir.
When did you get clean and sober?
When I first did probation, so I don't know. It's been a little while.
I gotta give me more than a little while. Most people that are clean and sober say on June 25th, 1929 or whatever, I quit drinking. But tell me how long you been clean and sober?
I'd say about 2022.
What do you do now to keep your sobriety?
I just work and try to work out, just kind of mind my business, kind of just try to make myself better.
Mr. Farrar, I don't want to be rude to you, but it hadn't been very long since you've been off parole, probation, and you're not doing anything to keep yourself clean and sober except just going to work.
Well, I did. I had to go to AA meetings before, and I'd say, okay, well, I would do stuff a little bit every now and then after I got free off probation. But okay, so recently, I had to go to AA meetings because I did get a traffic. I got pulled over and for speeding, and I ended up having to spend in jail for a night, and I ended up having to go to AA meetings, a whole lot of stuff for my license. So this was.
So you kind of slow your brain down a little bit, or maybe speed it up. I don't know. It sounds like you kind of fuzzy right now to me, but anyway, let's hear. There's somebody that's in opposition, and Mr. Myers, would you talk to us before I continue this question and maybe give him a chance to get his brain going the right way?
Yes, sir. Randall Myers, Assistant DA, Jefferson Parish. We are opposed at this time, and the reason is it has not been 10 years since he's completed his sentence. We'd like to see a track record of, a good track record of time where he's not involved in any criminal activity. He pled guilty in 2022, completed his sentence in 2023. And so that's only been a couple of years. So at this time, we would oppose any pardon for him.
Okay.
If in 10 years he remains without any criminal activity, then we would not take a position on whether he should be granted a pardon or not.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Mr. Farrar, back to you. Help me out here now. How long have you been clean and sober? Let's go over this again.
Okay. I'd say it's been since about February of this year.
Of this year?
Good on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a little. Okay, I'm sorry, sir, but I'm ready to vote. But you can tell from my inflection of my voice how my vote is going to be. And I wish you luck. I'm ready to vote, Madam Chairman.
All right, Mr. Prater?
I vote to deny this, and I would suggest that you really get some help with your addiction problem.
Mr. Freeman?
My vote's the same, but just because of the recent conviction, but you need to get clean and sober, because this is the only arrest on your rap sheet. So, you know, give it some time and reapply, but I would consider going to AA if February was your last usage date. Look, don't get down on this, okay? You made the effort to get it off your record, so try to keep your head up and go forward. My vote today is to deny.
Mr. Tillis?
I concur with Mr. Prater.
Mrs. Stapleton?
I concur, Mr. Prater.
All right, Mr. Farrar, you've got 4 votes to deny your application. So today, your application's been denied. I want to thank you for being honest with you about February, and congratulations on that date. Don't forget. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Lott, good afternoon.
Good evening. How y'all doing today?
How are you?
I'm good. Thank y'all for asking.
Nice talk somebody.
Are you at work?
From last one.
I'm sitting in my home office.
Okay. Well, you're working in. So introduce yourself. Tell us your name and your mailing address.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Gerald Michael Lott Jr. I live in 1106 Carroll Street here in Tallulah, Louisiana, which is Madison Parish, 71282.
All right. And you're here this afternoon because you're seeking a pardon with firearms for a conviction in 2 different convictions in Ouachita Parish. The first is possession of oxycodone. You were sentenced October 2006, 3 years hard labor. That was suspended. You were placed on probation for 3 years. And then violation of protective orders in May of 2007. You received 120 days parish jail. That was suspended. And you were placed on 2 years supervised probation. Is that correct?
Well, that is correct.
Okay. Your case was assigned to Mrs. Stapleton. Would you answer her questions?
Yes.
Okay. I want to ask you, the charges that we're talking about here was violation of a protective order, oxycodone, possession of Schedule Number 2. And the first one is in 2006. You want to tell me about that?
Okay, yes, ma'am. Of course, I was young back then. I was in my early 20s. Me and some friends from high school recently, we moved to Monroe, Louisiana. Well, when we got over to Monroe, of course, being that young, we got into the party scene. And, I can't blame them. It was myself, but we got into that lifestyle, and they went into, the drug scene for a minute and kind of got me involved. And it's the wrong people at the wrong place. And now, we no longer socialize. I've got away from that lifestyle. I got married. I have 2 awesome children. I got a successful business now of actually going on 15 years now, me and my wife. We own Delta Self-Storage. I got a 22-year-old son. He's in the medical field. I got a 17-year-old daughter. I've been a firefighter volunteer for 4 years. I did my son's Boy Scouts for 4 years. I taught ball for 4 years. I go to church faithfully. I changed my whole lifestyle.
I haven't seen any more drug charges come up against you. So that was the beginning and the end all at the same time?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
got arrested?
And that's how that violation of charge of, the restraining order came in. At that time, I was dating a girl and we was in a relationship. And I was actually going to see her the night I got arrested on my charge. Well, once the charge hit, her mother and stepfather found out. They have a lot of play in Washington. They're in the medical field. They have a lot of power over there. And they turned her against me and didn't want her to be no part of my life anymore because of that charge. So I was working with Jamie Will Heights Sound Center at the time. I left work to go to lunch. I go to the same spot every day, which was a Chinese restaurant right across the street. I was headed out the restaurant, getting ready to get in my vehicle when I was approached by the police officers. And they took me in, said they was going to issue a restraining order, which I didn't contest. I said, okay, if that's the play here, I signed off on it. Well, months went by. I left work one day. I decided to go see a movie. So I went to the movie theater. I walked in the movie theater. I was approached by the security officer there, and they came up to me and informed me apparently I wasn't supposed to be there because she worked there.
Right.
I said, okay, that's fine. I went out to get to my vehicle, and while they was escorting me out, a cop showed up and I was arrested.
Okay, so let's clarify that though. When you went to your vehicle was only 4 spaces away from her vehicle. That's a mighty big coincidence. Now that's way back then, so go ahead and,
I can't contest it. Honestly, I didn't. Months went by, so when I realized that she was there and that she actually was still working there, that's when I attempted to leave and I was approached by that security officer.
Okay, so now, after that, what happened? Did y'all just go your separate ways and no more with each other?
I left Monroe. I moved back to Tallulah, and when I moved back here, I got back into welding school, got a welding degree, got offered a job in Hobbs, New Mexico, where I went, worked off there for a while as a welder, came back, moved to Florida, was working over there, came home to visit, and that's when I met my wife.
Yes.
Well, 16 years will be together tomorrow because we met that Halloween night. Been together ever since, and haven't looked back. You know, haven't even thought of that lifestyle. We go to. I got my family in church. We go to church faithfully, and
So
we
this lady is gone. She's not a part of your life anymore.
Ain't heard from her in years since then.
Okay, that's good. Okay, well, that's good because I don't have any opposition from your wife or the victim in this matter. That was the protective order. Somehow or another, they were able to contact that person. I don't have that. You haven't had any more arrests, and I don't have any more questions.
Any questions?
None.
We're ready to vote. Mrs. Stapleton.
Yes, sir. Based upon your lack of criminal history, other than those 2 occasions, and it seems to have started and ended with the arrest, my vote today is to grant your pardon with restoration of firearms because it's been 18 years ago.
Mr.
I concur.
Thank you.
Freeman.
I concur.
Thank you.
Gillis.
I concur.
Thank you.
Happy
And
Halloween.
my vote today also is the same. So on your behalf, we'll make that recommendation to the governor. Good luck to you.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day.
You too.
And that concludes our business at 1:28. We will adjourn.
Yes.